Hello students, how are you all? I hope all you are fine and well. Welcome back to my environmental science class, myself Shumiron sir. Today I will discuss chapter number 13, A River's Tale part 2. I hope you have already watched my last video on this chapter, that is part 1, and already solved the question which I have given you as a task. So in this video, we will discuss the next 2 pages of the chapter with some new interesting things. So all of you should watch the video till the end, and as usual at the end of the video, I will provide you some questions that you have to solve it by your own. But before solving the question, you should go through your chapter properly, as well as you should watch the video minutely. And if you face any problem regarding that, you will ask me in the doubt clearing class. So let us start. So you can see on the screen there are few questions. If you want to drink some water, from which part of the river would you like to drink and why? So normally when the river is originating from the mountain top, it is clean and pollution free. But when it enters inside the city or the village, gradually it started to pollute and its water become dirty. So if any one of you want to drink any river water, it is better to drink where the river is originating, near the source, because the water is clean over there. Next is, in the last part of the picture, the river flows into the sea. Have you ever seen the sea? Where? In a movie or someone else? So you know where the river is meeting with the sea, it is called the mouth of the river. And I hope many of you have already seen the sea or the ocean. Maybe with your parents during the vacation you have visited near the sea. So I hope you have seen the sea, maybe Arabian Sea or Indian Ocean or Bay of Bengal or maybe any other. So if you have seen any sea, you can write the name of it. Okay, even some of you have already seen in the television or in any movie, there are several sceneries of the sea or the sea beach, and I hope it is very common to you. Next question, have you ever been near a river or sea? When? Any one of you have gone near the river or a sea? I hope most of you have already seen a sea or a river and you have already visited near the river. Maybe many of you have enjoyed boating also in the river or the sea, or maybe sometimes through the bridge you have crossed the river or the sea. So if you have seen any of the sea or the river, you can share your experience. You can write the name of that place, of that particular river or the particular sea. Show your hands how the waves of the sea move. Can you show it? I hope if you have seen the sea or the ocean, you have seen the waves also. Okay, the waves are striking near the coast on the beach, and many of you have enjoyed bathing in the sea waves also in the sea beach. So can you show it by your hand how the wave is moving? I hope you can. If the water is the water from the sea drinkable, why? But have you tried to drink the water of the sea? Is it drinkable? Have you tested? If sometimes accidentally when you are taking bath in a sea, maybe sometimes the water has gone into your mouth and you feel that it is very salty, is it? So the ocean water or the sea water is very much salty, or it is called the saline water. That is why we cannot drink that water. If you drink the water, we can fall ill. Okay, so nobody should try to drink any sea water. But the river water is the fresh water. We can drink directly some river water if it is pollution free, and if it is a polluted river, so that we should not drink that river water if it is dirty or polluted. Even we can filter the water of the river and make it applicable for drinking. do you think that there would be changes taking place in the river, pond or stream at different time of the year? What kind of changes would this be? Let us discuss. So I hope you have seen that sea, pond, lakes or streams may be nearby pond or lake nearby your house, but in different season if you followed or if you have watched it minutely, you can find there are some changes in the water level of the river, of the pond or the lake. So do you know what is the reason? So we will discuss the reason in the next slide. So we have already told about the sea water. It is saline, that is why we cannot drink. Okay, so is the water from the sea drinkable? Why? So the answer is the water of the sea is not drinkable as it is a saline or salty. What do you mean by saline? Which contains salt in it. So that is called the salinity. So ocean water is saline. The amount of salt dissolved in the ocean water. Okay, so the salt we cannot see, but it is dissolved or mixed with the ocean water. That is why the ocean or the sea water is very salty. It is called the saline water or salty water. That is why we cannot drink the ocean water or the sea water. And the river water, pond water, lake water, rain water, all this water or underground water, all this water are called fresh water. And we can drink fresh water. Okay, so from the underground with the with the help of wells or tube wells or pump set, we are drawing out the water from the underground, we are drinking it. Many of the places people are drinking the pond or the river water by properly filtering it, but don't try to drink it directly. So the fresh water is very limited. Pond water, river water, lake water, all these are the source of fresh water. Okay, fresh water is applicable for drinking, but the saline water is not applicable for drinking. We cannot drink. If we drink, we will fall ill. And the question which we have just discussed, that do you think that there would be changes taking place in the river, pond or a stream at different times of the year? What kind of changes would these be? Discuss. So yes, there would be changes taking place in a river, pond or stream at different times of the year. For example, in hot summer, the water level of the river, ponds or the stream decreases due to evaporation of the water. So during the summer season, you have find there is a very high intensity of heat. Okay, the heat of the sun is very high. That is why the water started to evaporate. Okay, it becomes one and the liquid form of water is in the vaporized form. Okay, that is called the evaporation. Okay, maybe when your mother or any of your member of your house is boiling the water or cooking, okay, in boiling the water during cooking, okay, you can find the water started to boil and few of the smoke or the vapor is vaporized and moving upward. Okay, like this way also any of the water body, from the water body or the sea or the pond or the lake, the water is evaporated and it decreases during the summer season. But in the winter season, some of the areas you can find the water freezes, and during the rainy season the water level of all the water body rises. Okay, just now we are experiencing the rainy season. You have find that due to heavy rainfall, all the ponds, river, lakes are all filled up with water. Okay, so the water level rises during the rainy season, and during the winter season the water of the pond at some places freeze due to very cold condition. If you live or if you go in an area where it is extremely cold and the temperature comes down below freezing point, the water freezes up. In the refrigerator also you have find in the deep fridge, the water due to very low temperature is freezed and becomes solid ice. Okay, so in different season we can find the level of the water in the sea, pond, lake. Sometimes it is increasing, sometimes it is decreasing. During summer it is decreasing, during rainy season it is increasing, and maybe during winter season in some place it is freezing, okay, or it becomes ice. Not everywhere, in some place. So I hope up to this part you have understood. Okay, now you can experience it, you can observe these things. If you have any water body nearby, okay, maybe in this climatic condition you can find that now you just observe the water body in your nearby area beside your house. You can find the water level is high, but after 2 or 3 months during winter season or maybe during the summer season, you can find the water level will go down. Okay, this you have to observe and find out, so that your observation power or the skill will develop. Now next us come back again to our chapter. Will there be same amount of water in the pond, river during the rainy season and the summer season? I hope you can answer this. No. The answer will be no, because during the summer season the water level will be less or decrease, and during the winter season the water level will go up or increase. Is there a pond, river or lake nearby your town or city? Find out. I hope you have maybe nearby your house or in your locality or near to your house, maybe there are some ponds, rivers or lake. So you have to find it out. Are there any changes in the water during summer, the rainy season and the winter season? So if any water body is nearby your house, you will find out that is there any changes in the water level. Okay, and I hope you can easily find it out if you observe it. Okay, maybe during the rainy season, one day you visit the nearby water body, any lake or pond, and you observe the water. Then after 2-3 months, when there is a dry season during the summer, you can go and observe. You can find the water level will change. Next, what are the different kinds of water animal found there? So if you visit the water body, what you will also observe, or whatever also try to find out what types of animals are there, okay, or what types of birds are coming. You can find in the pond, in the fish or other living organism, frogs, even sometimes in the water body few of the snakes are also there. Okay, and some of the birds you can also find nearby. You can also find some ducks, they are swimming. So whatever you will observe, you have to find out and you have to write it down in your copy. And you can share that experience with me, with your friends in the class. Next, what kind of trees and plants grow around it? So you will go over there, you will try to find out what kinds of trees or plants are surrounding that water body or nearby the water body, and you will try to find out the name of the trees and the plants. I hope different plants you will find out the name. Okay, and if you cannot identify the plants, you can ask to the elder ones, okay, to your parents or even to me. If you can describe the plant, I can also help you that what type of plant it is. Okay, and if you want, you can also draw a beautiful picture of that surrounding region, of that water body, or even the trees and the animals. Okay, so those who are very much fond of drawing, okay, or painting, it will also help them. Okay, next, some other questions are also there. What kind of birds that come over there? Okay, so beside the water body you can find different types of birds are coming. Okay, you will try to find out and write the names of the birds. Have you ever seen or read about flood? Where? Now what is a flood? This about the flood I will discuss on the next slide. Okay, when due to heavy rain, okay, when the water level of the river, lake or the pond, okay, rises up and it spread in the surrounding region, okay, and everything, the houses, trees are submerged under water, it is called the flood. If you have followed the news, you have find all heard about the flood, recent flood near in Kerala, as well as in West Bengal also. Nowadays, many of the areas has been flooded. So you should collect the information, and if you have observed any flood, you can also write. So what happened when there is a flood? Okay, what will happen? Okay, lots of the people, their houses, okay, it is going under the water. Okay, many of the people are facing difficulties. They don't have any proper food or shelter to live. So about your experience, you can write it down. Next, have you ever seen dirty water in the river or pond? Where? It is very common now. We are polluting, or we are making the river water or the pond water dirty by throwing the waste in it. So if you seen any dirty water body or any pond or river nearby, you can also write where you have find it. So all this question you have to write it, collect the information by your own, and you have to discuss or share your views or whatever information you have collected. You can note it down in a copy, and in the class you will share it with me. Next, how would you know if the water is dirty? If the water looks clean, can you be sure that it is alright to drink that water? Discuss. So that we will discuss in the next slide. Okay, now in this slide I have told I will discuss about the flood. So what happens when there is a flood? All the houses, road, field, etc. get covered with water. Okay, and it becomes difficult for the people to survive in such a place. How would you know if the water is dirty? Okay, just the last question on the previous slide. So how can you know the water is dirty? If the water looks clean, can you be sure that it is alright to drink that water? Discuss. Sometimes we eat the river water or the pond water. When we see it, it looks clean, but it is not. There are lots of bacteria and germs in it. Okay, if the water is dirty, it looks muddy, okay, and gives a foul smell. Foul means bad smell. Okay, so from that you can observe, or you can find out the water is not clean. And if the water looks clean, it is not safe to drink, that as it may contains bacteria and germs. Sometimes many of us are trying to drink the direct water. Okay, but don't try to drink the direct water directly from the pond or the river, because maybe you can watch that the river is looking clean, but there are a lot of dissolved bacteria and germs in the water, and if we drink that water also, we can fall ill. Next, about the flood. A flood is an overflow of water that submerge land that is usually dry. Maybe it is a dry region. You can find the picture that everywhere it is waterlogged and all the houses, trees are under the water. Okay, so flood is an overflow of water that submerge land and that is usually dry. Previously maybe the region is dry, okay, but due to heavy rainfall and due to the overflow of water from the nearby nearby lake or pond or river, this water entered in the locality, and all the houses and the roads, field are all covered with water. Maybe few of you have experienced also like that. Flooding may occur as an overflow of water from the water bodies such as rivers, lake, or even sometimes the ocean also. You have seen, if you have followed the news, okay, few months before, you have learned or heard about the cyclone Yash, and due to Yash, what we have seen, the ocean water entered in the locality, ocean and the river water, and it also flooded the area. It is also a type of flood. So due to several reasons, flood can occur. You can find the picture on the screen about the flood. Now the last part, the important questions, part 2. In the previous video we have already given 5 questions. So the numbering I have started from 6. River water will not become dirty if you dash. Bath in it, drink it, throw waste in it, wash cloth in it. So you have to choose the right option and you have to write it down in your copy. So all of you take out your copy, note down the question and try to solve the answer. Number 7. The water in the river dash during rainy season. Decreases, increases, become dirty, or all of the above. You have to find out the correct option. Next question. We drink sea water without harming our health. So can we drink? We can drink sea water without harming our health. Is it true or is it false? Next, number 9. You should not wash clothes in the river. Is it true or it is false? You have to write it down. And the last for this video, that is why the color of the river changes from place to place. You have seen the river and sometimes you find the color of the river also change from place to place. So why does it change? You have to write the reason. So I hope what I have explained to you in this video you have understood. Now after watching the video, you should take out your textbook, go through the chapter properly once, twice or thrice, and then you should try to write down the answers. So today up to this much. Again we will meet in the third part of the video with some new interesting facts and the things. So thank you everyone. Thank you all. All of you should stay at home and stay safe. Bye bye.